girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. This ain't letting me pin. Like, what's going on? Facebook needs to get this shit together. Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey, damn it. Hey girl. Hey girl, hey. It's all chilly and stuff in these United States. You know, I was out of the country, so it was kind of... Don't you hate a bitch that don't know how to... That they ain't used
So
to nothing?
extra.
I was out of the country, so I don't know what the weather was giving here in the United States, because I was in Mexico.
Then you supposed to say stuff like, I catch flights, not feelings.
I catch flights, not feelings, you know. So, I mean, I don't know what it was doing over here in the United States, but I was with... It was 85, 90 degrees where I was. The sun was popping. You know, and I came back, I had to put on my sweatshirt and stuff. Because it was, you know, it's cold here and stuff, so I had to have clothes for the summer and clothes for the winter in my luggage. Because, you know, I left Mexico and went to the District of Columbia.
So you had to change the forecast.
I had to change the forecast, like Jay-Z said. And you didn't think I knew that hip-hop line, did you?
I was proud.
I'm a hip-hop fan, baby. In fact, I'm watching this documentary on Netflix right now called, let me turn London Sessions down. In fact, I was listening to, I'm watching this documentary on Netflix called, I think it's called The History Behind Hip Hop or something like that. I think that's what it's called. But it's good. Hey, knees. Hey, man. Hey, hey girl, hey Melody, hey Wendy, hey me. Gay author problems, gay author. He got a full supply of Fiji water. I came home. They said, hey Nikki. I came home. She's sitting up here looking like Shirley Chisholm. She's sitting up here looking like Shirley Chisholm, the first black woman to run for president. Baby, let me tell you something. I have so many things to tell you. Rita, sit down with them cigarettes. I got stories to tell. Rita, sit down.
You gonna leave Rita alone.
Listen, when I got home, there were cases upon cases of Fiji water, niece and nephew. Good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I am Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook Live version. Facebook Live version of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, Cancun shit, Washington, D.C. shit, and everything in between. Let me tell you, hey, niece. Girl, my curlers then came. My curls then dropped. All that flouncing around I was doing.
You know what?
All that flouncing around I was doing. Happy belated birthday, niece, Rita. I'm going to send you a carton of Benson and Hedges. I'm just playing. I used to tell my mother when she smoked, girl, I don't buy cigarettes. She'd be like, Craig, go ahead and give me a pack of cigarettes. No, girl, I don't purchase cigarettes. Sorry, I don't do that. I'm not going to be able to do that, niece. But there's somebody else's birthday. Who is it? I commented on your thing and said happy birthday, but I can't remember who it is. Are you in here?
She said you're pregnant.
Okay, so listen. We're going to work backwards. Okay, so we're going to start with tonight. I get home. There were cases upon cases of Fiji water. Wendy Newman sent me Fiji water. Did y'all hit the share button? Let me clear my throat. Wendy Newman sent me a case of Fiji water. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 6 is 24. She sent me 24 Fiji waters. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And my girl, Michelle Yates, sent me some Fiji water as well. Nikki is going to pick that up from the I haven't even told you that yet, huh?
You did not.
Wendy, I could have had Nikki pick it up while I was gone, but I forgot. I didn't think about it. So Michelle Yates, I'm gonna have Nikki pick up your Fiji water, so the next time we come together, I will have your Fiji water.
And I would have stole it, Wendy. Like, she ain't even send it.
She probably she didn't know what was in this case that Wendy sent.
I did. She told me.
Oh, she told you.
Mhm.
Wendy,
She told
don't
me
listen.
before you
Wendy,
left.
don't be communicating to them about what you sending me. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to have a face to face with you because you don't be telling her and nobody else what you sending over here to my mailbox. Hey, what's up, Chances? So, you keep that between us, okay? You just let her know there's a package over there. So, there's a package, niece, over there for nephew. Don't be telling her the contents of the package. Don't you hear people say that? They
That's
don't
because
say
I
that.
was going to steal mics. And she said, you don't have to steal mics.
See, again, she got diarrhea in the lips. She's talking too much. She's talking too much. See, I'm gonna have to.
She was trying to help me out, and I appreciate it.
I'm gonna have to get her together. But see, I'm feeling really magnanimous tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you your own 6-pack. But we're gonna leave. I'm gonna give her own 6-pack of water, but she's gonna leave it here at the house because when she comes here, she's gonna need to pull from her supply, not mine. So this is gonna be for you, niece. This 6-pack is gonna be for you. Now pass me a marker over there because I'm gonna mark each bottle because I'm gonna need to know when you drinking yours and if you fucking with mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Y'all see this kind of pettiness? He
I'm
come back on the
gonna put a mark. Jesus said you can give, but don't be no fool. No, Jesus ain't said that. Okay, I'm gonna put your initials on each bottle.
Okay. Y'all see this foolishness?
That's the first one. That's the second one.
Ain't he hood? Just as
Now I'm gonna tell you what's
as he
hood. See, I grew up in a ghetto family. Not my immediate family, but my extended family. If you read my first book, you know the ghetto family that I'm talking about down on Baltimore Street. Let me tell you what they would do. You would drink something, girl. You would put a line on your shit, like so you would know nobody drank your Kool-Aid or whatever it was. You put a line so you know.
I know people do them on those solo cups. You got
Yes,
to know.
indeed, and that's why I'm marking your bottles, Nikki. Mm-hmm. Because if you or your son who's in the back sleeping, I'm gonna need to know if you want my shit. Let me get to this.
You act like I don't know how to spell my name on your shit too.
Oh, but I know my handwriting. I know if you try to put your handwriting on my bottle. I know.
I'm something of an artist. You might be surprised.
Let me write her name. Let me write her initials on hers. Now, where you want to situate your bottles?
In the refrigerator.
Because if you take them home, you're gonna need to remember to bring your lunch to work. Okay? Because if you come here without it, you're gonna be drinking out of the spigot.
You have been blessed with cases
and I'm blessing
cases.
you with one of these. Now, if you come here without your 6-pack, so I'm saying, niece, you should leave it here. No, we can't put it in the refrigerator because see, I don't want to mix it up with mine.
But it got my initials on it, so as long as you can recognize your handwriting.
Okay, I'll put yours on a separate shelf. Yours is gonna be on the lower
You know
shelf.
what? You just terrible.
Yours is gonna be on the lower shelf.
Bull. 3 R's.
Cynthia said she just ordered. Cynthia said she just ordered a locker, a refrigerated locker.
That's like the mamas that keep all the good snacks in their
Yes,
bedroom.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Mhm.
So look, I'm gonna put yours on the lower shelf
Okay.
because I would hate for you to be remiss and come here without your 6-pack. Yes, Terry, for real. Because if you come here without your 6-pack, you're gonna be drinking from the spigot. We're gonna get you some city punch. So we're gonna go ahead and put yours on the lower shelf. Come on, watch me put hers on the lower shelf. Because then I need this on video. Because if
Now, what if I come back and you done drank some of mine?
no, I'm gonna put yours on the lower shelf. I
That
don't
don't
reach.
mean
I don't reach down there. I don't reach down there.
You know
So
what?
yours is gonna be down there.
The most. You doing the most.
Let me tell you something about me. I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you how God will grow you if you allow Him to.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in college, I was a selfish motherfucker. See,
Just
this
in
is,
college.
girl, I was in college years ago. I just celebrated my 20th anniversary, so that was eons ago. I don't even remember that person.
Okay.
I'm quite generous now.
On the bottom shelf.
Girl, I just gave you some real estate in my refrigerator. She acting like we fucking. Girl, that's usually for somebody you fucking. I mean, I'm giving you real estate in my refrigerator.
We have a give and take relationship. I cook for you. On more than one occasion.
That is true.
There are people that I'm sleeping with or have slept with that ain't got no meal from me.
That's true.
Now, continue on with your selfishness.
Okay, so when I was in college, I had a refrigerator. This story ain't in my first book, but in college, I had a little refrigerator. Now, let me tell you how I worked the set to get a refrigerator. I had worked the set. Because, in school, we weren't supposed to have... You can have a refrigerator now in college, but at that time, you couldn't have a refrigerator in your dormitory. So me and my mama, we had told the school, we told the dean of men that I was hypoglycemic, a sugar deficiency. And I needed like juice, refrigerated juice and stuff in my room. So if in the middle of the night I became hypoglycemic, I could get to my refrigerator. So I had a refrigerator. And so I was selfish and I had a roommate and I didn't really want to be bothered. That's going to connect me to a story in Cancun, okay? Remind me, okay? I'm going to connect the story. So I really didn't want to be social because at that time, looking back, I know I was trying to protect my sexuality at that time. And so I didn't, I was in the dorm with a male, and so I didn't want to have to get too comfortable and then he'd be trying to figure out if I'm fucking pussy or if I'm looking at God, even though I wasn't fucking at that point.
Okay.
So I wouldn't let him put none of his shit in my refrigerator. I had a television. He didn't have a TV. And looking back, I feel horrible even thinking about this right now. He didn't have a television. I think he came from a family that was really struggling. You know what I'm saying? He was in college, but I think he came from a family that was really struggling. Not to say that we were, doing well, but like my parents were able to,
Yeah, your mama got child support. Y'all was doing all
Gladys was getting that child. Well, Gladys was Gladys was rerouting the child support to me.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to go and get me a work study and stuff like that. So anyway, but looking back, I feel horrible. And that's why when people say to me now, they say, oh my God, I feel like I know you. I've read your book. And I'm like, baby, you do not know me because I don't even recognize that selfish motherfucker in that book. Not even just the selfish part, but just some of the miscreant behavior.
But
when you're young, you kind of selfish anyway.
But I think,
not everybody.
I've never.
Okay, Joan of Arc. What's your story?
No, because I am a giver at heart. But what I was going to say was, in hindsight, your reasoning for it was to protect yourself. So it was a defense mechanism.
Come on, Shirley Chisholm. Come on, Shirley.
So your defense mechanism was to not get close. So I understand, and now you feel bad. And the good thing is that you have grown from that person who you were.
Yes. Come on, Shirley Chisholm. She better work this Shirley Chisholm hair. When we get off of here, Google Shirley Chisholm and tell me she don't look like her. You just need them binocular eyeglasses she would wear. But anyway, so in college, I think I was with a roommate that kind of was struggling a bit, a bit more than I was, right? And so I had a television, I had a refrigerator, and I would turn my television like this so he couldn't see it from his side of the room. Just a motherfucker.
I probably would have unplugged your shit.
No, what he should have done was probably cut the cord on the damn thing.
He probably wasn't trying to fight. He was probably the first person in his family to go to college.
I don't even remember his name.
Was the plug on his side of the room?
No, it was on my side. The plug was on my side. And I mean, like, what was the harm in letting him look at the TV from his side of the room? You understand what I'm saying? What harm was that? And so it's like I would tilt the TV so he couldn't see it. And of course he couldn't look at my shit when I wasn't there. I would hide the remote. So if I was gone to class.
This story is just getting worse and worse. I was feeling for you.
I would hide the remote. And then the other part is I didn't let him use my refrigerator. So anyway, somebody said I would have requested a new roommate. That was perfectly what I wanted because I wanted my own room. Okay, so got home, got all of this water here. Did I say Tonette sent water?
You did not.
Okay, Tonette sent water as well. Baby, when I say she sent 144 bottles, she sent 144 bottles of Fiji. Well, now that I done gave Nikki some, I'm down 6 bottles. So. I'm down 6 bottles.
Y'all, the devil is busy in here today.
Since I gave Shirley a 6-pack. I done gave Shirley a 6-pack. Nephew was a nasty bitch, baby. I had no business doing it. I was so horrible to him. And anyway, so come on, air freshener. So the cleaning lady is coming tomorrow. When I say it is time for her to come. She's coming tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're over here working on your money spray and your water sprays. I mean, not water sprays, love sprays. Okay? We already have our list of people. See, I'm not selfish and stingy anymore. Amen, Jesus. He done a wonderful change has come over me. He changed my life. Marie, I thought you were coming to the DC show. Girl, I didn't see you, girl. It was so active. Okay, so you got 5 left, Shirley. Shirley, you got 5 bottles left. Get down on that bottom shelf, niece.
You got to drop down and get your
Yeah, pull from the bottom shelf, niece. Okay, you got 5 left. I don't want no shit. How much is that 6-pack? Because, girl, if you go past your 6-pack, girl, I'm docking your bag.
Don't make me go on strike. I will go.
Girl, we don't have no union in here.
I am the union.
We don't have no union in here.
I am the union.
Oh, I'm hot up under this sweatshirt. I got to come up out of this sweatshirt, niece. See, it's this light right here. But anyway, the show yesterday was amazing. Do you hear me? In DC, I'm talking about the Queen's Supreme Court.
They said you're freezing.
Oh, it was hot. Oh, what's freezing?
The camera.
Oh, the camera's freezing?
Talking about, ooh, it's hot.
Oh, is it freezing on you? Oh, it did freeze.
And then they said you need to move to the living room.
Oh, God. Let me go to the living room.
Okay. What you need?
The light.
I'll grab the light.
Am I freezing, niece, still? You'll never find a better woman. All right, are we still freezing, niece? All right, I'm in the living room. Is it working now? Yeah, that's good. We're resituating. We're resituating. Oh. All right.
Turning it off.
The music? Oh. No, that's good. This is good. Excuse me, Father. Are we good now?
Yeah.
Y'all want this, Amy? We can put an order in. Did y'all hear me say that Nikki is over here getting the money spray and the Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in because I moved.
Mine is fine.
It's fine? Okay. We're ordering the money spray and the love spray. We're working on that now, niece and nephews. They still frozen.
I see it.
Okay, is it better? Nikki's is working.
Tell them they internet connection got to get up. Hey, Amber.
Oh, they said the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
Okay, Deidre said it's better now. Okay, Marie said much better. Marie, why weren't you in DC? I thought you were coming to the show in DC, niece. Amy Love said it's good. Okay, so listen. So the show was last night. When I say it was pizzazz, we had 320 people that pre-ordered their tickets. When I say it was packed in there, the folk were asking me about buying books, taking pictures. I was like, niece, I'm not selling books here, niece. You'll never find. Are we good now? I don't know what's going on with this connection. What you know about love? Crystal, tell me, is this going to be a 2-hour live tonight, niece?
No, I got to go to work in the morning.
Right.
So Crystal expecting a lot on Tuesday.
We're turning the music down now. Y'all be reading me from my old iPad. Maybe trying it. So we have a list of people already with the money spray. We have a list of people with the love spray. So we're working on ordering those. Okay, so the show last night was amazing. It was packed. The folk were in there. We took some pictures. We hugged some babies. Is it kiss some babies? Let's kiss some babies. We kissed some babies. And, okay, we're clear now. Perfect. And so that was that. It was amazing. I flew to D.C. on Sunday. Got there Sunday evening at 6 p.m. And checked into the hotel in D.C. Well, I picked up something to eat first. Then checked into the hotel and got settled in and started working on the docket for the Monday show. And Monday, jumped up, went to the venue, scouted it out because I had never seen the interior of this place. So we figured out where the VIP meet and greet was going to be, where hair and makeup was going to happen, which entrance we were going to bring the guests in, the audience. And got that squared away, went back to the hotel. I grabbed something to eat, went back to the hotel, took a nap, grabbed a quick nap because I needed a nap, and got up, took a shower, and that fucking Marriott hotel did not have hot water. It's a good thing I had washed my coochie the night before. Now, I usually like to bathe at night and in the morning because I've said on here before, when you sleep, your privacy gets a little moist. Oh, yeah, they credited me a night. And then they offered me breakfast and stuff for this morning for 2. I'm freezing.
Mine is going, but it's slightly blurry, and there is a slight delay.
I'm not on the Wi-Fi. This is I don't know if it's Facebook or if it's I don't know. I'm not on the Wi-Fi though. I made sure not to get on the Wi-Fi. What was the last thing y'all heard me say? Did you hear me say that I had to wash my coochie in cold water? Okay, what about now, guys? Hey guys. Okay, go out and come back in. What about now? I've connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's see how it works.
Mine, you've still been going. It's just a delay. So, where are you in my life?
Okay, what about now? Okay, is it caught up? Ooh. What about now, guys? How about now?
Okay.
Every time I turn the music off. Girl, I like a little ambiance. We can turn it down some more. Okay, you missed a lot of the story. Okay, I'm going to go back. Okay, so far so good. Okay. All right. I think we're good now. All right, niece, I'm on the Wi-Fi. I guess I'm going to have to start getting on this Wi-Fi because, girl.
You pay for it. You might as well use it.
But when I used to get on the Wi-Fi before, they'd be like, Craig, it's blurry. We can't see. And I would cut it off.
Oh, you clear as crystal.
Okay, so listen. Okay, Sean said very, very clear now. Okay, listen.
They said you're going to change clothes since it froze because you got the sweatshirt wrapped around.
I checked the venue. We went and checked on the venue. We laid that out. And then I went back to the hotel to take a nap. And I was going to take a shower and all of that stuff. And baby, I could not wash my cat in hot water because the hotel... Listen, so when I checked in on Sunday, they put me in room 307. I was in room 307. When I got out of my clothes and walked into the restroom to take a shower on Sunday evening... Because, when you travel, you need to get in the shower.
Right, wash
you've been you've been all on the plane. You need to wash the Ebola off. And what's the other thing that was going around?
SARS.
You need to wash the SARS off.
They got what? Head, foot, and mouth disease?
Right, you got to wash all that stuff off of you, right? So I got to the hotel, and they put me in room 307, and they were like, okay, listen. So I went in there to take my shower, and I stepped on the carpet, like going into the restroom. The restroom was not carpeted, but going that little area right outside. Baby, when I say that water was sopping wet, I was like, is this afterbirth? That was the first thing that came to mind. Did somebody's water break right here at the threshold?
So raunchy.
I was like, what is this that I'm saying? The Zika virus, you're going to wash all of that off. And so I was just like, why is this floor so wet? So I'll go in, I jump in the shower, I take my shower. I forgot that quick when I came out to jump over that part of the carpet, the swine flu. I meant to jump over that part of the carpet, and it was wet. So then by the time he came to the room, and he took his shoes and stuff off, he was like, Craig, it's wet over there on that carpet. I said, yeah, I know. I said, it was wet when I came in here. I don't know what's happening. Well, the next morning, Monday morning, I wake up. The building engineer comes knocking on the door, a black guy. He knocked on the door and was like, hi, sir. He said, I hate to bother you. He said, well, we need to move you to a new room. He said, because we have a pipe that burst in this, you know, and we don't know if it's coming from your room, if it's, you know, if the pipe is by your room or if it's, you know, whatever. So I was like, okay. I was wondering what this was on the floor. I thought this was afterbirth.
Lord of mercy.
I thought it was somebody's period, but it wasn't red, so I knew it wasn't. So anyway, I said, okay, well, let me gather my things. So I gathered my things. I said, you know, I'm going to light them up. I got to pack my stuff up and change rooms. So
was it at least an upgrade or no?
It was the same exact room. I just went 2 floors up. I was in 511, right? Mm-hmm. So I go up to 511. And so I, you know, put everything down in there, get set up. And so I said to him, I said, listen, what we need to do. He said, well, sir, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to comp you a night. I said, yeah. He said, we'll either get you breakfast for 2 in the morning. Breakfast for 2. Sir, mind your business, okay? I just need you to engineer this building. Stop worrying about what's going on in behind my... Sir.
Carry on.
Sir. So anyway, so he said, I'm gonna try. I said, well, I'd rather have the one night comp. I said, you can keep that motherfucking breakfast. He said, well, I'm gonna see what I can do. I said, okay. So he came back upstairs and said, well, I couldn't get the room, the night comp. He said, but I'll get you the breakfast for 2 for tomorrow, right? Well, girl, shortly after he left from in front of my door, I get an email from the Marriott saying they didn't comp one of the nights. I get the email saying that they didn't, they didn't credit my card back for one of the nights. So I was like, oh, okay, look at Jesus, look at God. So I gathered my stuff, went upstairs to the, the next floor, the 2 floors up, and so I went to get to the venue and all that stuff. We did all of that, set up and all of that, and I went to eat. I came back to the hotel. And I wanted to take a nap. And I was going to take my shower and then go for the show, for the Monday night show. Baby, when I say I got out of that bed, and I turned on... See, it's a good thing I didn't stop at the Cancun store because it would have been all broken up with all of that confusion in the beginning. See, look at Jesus. Look at God.
Well, what happened when you got up?
So I got up to go take my shower. And you know how you get the water running because you're waiting for it to get real nice and hot and percolating. So when you step in it, you go, it'd be hot like that, and then you got to turn it down. So yes. I wanted it to do that. Well, girl, I'm sitting there with my hand up under and the water is just cold. So I let the water run. So I go out of the bathroom over to the phone. Mm-hmm. Hi, Mrs. Stewart. I said, yes. I'm standing in the shower, naked. Water's running. It's been running for about 5 minutes. It hasn't gotten warm yet. Is there a reason that it hasn't gotten warm yet? And she said, oh, yes, Mr. Stewart. We had a pipe that burst, so we're not going to have water for about an hour. Hot water. I said, wait a minute. You had a pipe burst and nobody informed us? I said, and I'm sitting here with a hot coochie. And I done shat for the day. You know, this vegetables and stuff go through you. I done shat for the day, so I need a shower.
That's what the wipes was for. You supposed to carry them.
Girl, I needed more than a wipe. I needed a rag, some hot water, and some soap. Girl, I needed some Perel or something to put down there. Because, girl, she was steaming. I had showered the night before. See, this is the beauty of showering at night. But see, I always like to shower in the morning also because, you get a little peppery in the morning. You get that little peppery odor. Have you ever put your hand on it in the morning after you done rolled around in the sheets and stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Around in the sheets.
You know what I mean? Your body sweats a little bit. And so I couldn't even, you know what I'm saying? You know how you move you naked, right? You naked. And you know how you move too quick and that little whiff comes out, you're like, oh, bitch, I might need an autopsy.
You'll sit down air.
Yeah, you'll sit down air. Like when you go to sit down on that toilet and that air, you melt all of the hair in your nose. You damn near kill yourself. You're like, bitch, did I have a shower last night? Bitch, I smell like I worked on a farm.
Lord have mercy.
In 1868.
So did they come for 2 nights?
So then I called and let me tell you what that bitch said to me. She better be glad I didn't know who she was because I'd have lit her up when I went down to that front desk. She gonna say to me, she tried to give me a little attitude and I imagine her moving her neck like this. She gonna say, I said, ma'am, I have a show to do tonight. I said, and I can't wait a whole hour for hot water. I said, so do you all have an action plan? See, you gotta get real. I said, do you all have an action plan for your guest and how you're gonna compensate for this? So at this point, she already pulled my reservation up, right? Because when you call down to the front desk, they already know your room number. So she already pulled up my reservation. She said, well, sir, I can see from your reservation that you're on the associate rate. Bitch, I don't care what rate I'm on. I said, so because I'm on the I said I'm well aware that I'm on the associate rate, which is the discount. She tried to let me know, motherfucker, look here, you ain't even paying the full rate for this hotel. So bitch, if we want to give you lukewarm water, we can. That's what she was saying. In a real nice, nasty way. I said, I'm well aware of what rate I'm on, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't have hot water. I said, this is really unacceptable. She says, well, I can go ahead and offer you breakfast for 2 in the morning. Niece, I was already offered breakfast for 2. I said, see, this is a gross inconvenience. See, this is when you got to pull out your $5 words. See, some of you would have got the cussing and carrying on. But see, that's when you go deep. That's when you dig deeper for your rich white woman words. And you say, no, see, this is a gross inconvenience. This is a gross inconvenience. Because, see, I was already relocated from 307 to 511. I said, so that was this morning. And then I get situated in this room, and then there is no hot water for me to wash my pussy.
Lord.
I'm out of sanitary napkins, and you telling me that I can't wash my cat? She says, well, sir, the building engineer said that we should be able to. I said, fine, goodbye. And I hung up. Because, see, you can't get too nasty because, see, I'm on the associate rate. And, see, they'll pull up that form and figure out who the associate is, and then they try to fire them. So you can't get too nasty. See, some of you would have got too nasty.
So are you going to write to corporate?
I ain't going to write to corporate. So what they did was they went on and comped me a night. And then this morning I did have breakfast for 2. So I went down there and got my breakfast for 2.
Alone, or was it 2 of you?
He was upstairs. He drank one of the orange juices.
Now, were you counting how many orange juices he had, like you count these waters?
Well, the hotel comped that.
I just wanted to know.
The hotel comped the juice. So, okay, so let's backtrack again. So Friday, get to Cancun. I'm only giving you my details for Cancun, okay? So for all of you that think that you're going to get the skinny on what me and he did. So, okay, so we'll get down to Cancun. And pardon me, I just had a punani. Look at Audra talking about finally. Niece, let me fuck this duck. As they say. Did they, so anyway, get on down to Cancun. I stopped by, I took a little transportation over to the downtown area, right? And I grabbed me a smoothie. I wanted to feel like a native. So let me get me a mango smoothie. I'm pointing this shit because when I said they ain't speak no English, it was a guy in the store who happened to speak English. And so he was like, he was telling her what I was saying. Because I was just like, yeah, can I get a mango smoothie? So anyway, I got me a smoothie. And then from there, I found a little local restaurant. I sat down and I ordered. Girl, listen, they were so Spanish that the girl who was waiting the tables couldn't even speak. She had to go get the manager to come take my order. So I went and sat down. I had me a nice little lunch. And then I went to the hotel. I went to the resort. The resort was not to be played with. Camellia, you in here? Where did you stay, niece? Camellia? I stayed at the JW Marriott on the associate rate. Hey, girl, hey. And when I say it was fantastic, it was fantastic. It really, really was. So I took a taxi from the restaurant to the resort. And thank you, Lola. Yes, one book is $20, 230, 354. I write about my life.
Ashley says she's buying 3 books for her siblings.
Oh, who?
Ashley, the boss.
Hey, Ashley niece. You know the Cash App niece. Hey, Robin Robbins. The Marriott was off the chain. So we pull up in the taxi, right? We pull up to the gate. Because the Marriott, the JW Marriott is not playing. Now, the regular Marriott didn't have no gate. But the JW Marriott, they had a gate. It was given, they had a booth with the security guard that stepped out for the taxi and was like, hi, how can I help? And the taxi was like, yes, I'm dropping off a passenger here. And so the guy from the booth came to the back window and was like, hi, sir, can I get the name on the reservation? I said, Craig Stewart. He had his little clipboard out with his name. He said, okay, enjoy your stay, sir. And then he let us through. Baby, if you were not a guest, you cannot pull onto the property, niece.
You're so fancy.
Girl, I was on the associate rate. It was.
It don't matter.
It was $99 a night at the associate rate. Now I know some of you probably looking like, girl, that's still expensive. But no, $99 was fantastic. Girl, it was on the beach, niece. It was on the beach. I posted video on my Facebook story and on my Instagram story, and I think I posted. Did I post just pictures in the So Much to Say podcast pen ball group? If I did, I'll put some video in there too.
You did post some video
Did I?
Of the cafe that you were at in the street.
Oh yeah, that was down. Okay, so I need to put some video from the resort. Baby, when I say they had an infinity pool. So anyway, so it was $99 a night. And so we pulled up. So the guy who was at the she stayed at the Sun Palace. I'm not sure where that is. But the guy who let us through the booth, through the gate, he radioed to the guy at the front door. He radioed to the guy to the bellman, to the doorman. When I got up there, because I packed real light. I packed just my little backpack, and I had all of my little skinny, skimpy shorts and swimwear. In there, I had it all rolled down. And then the stuff that I wore in D.C., I had sent it to his house. Because I didn't want to take all of that stuff down to Cancun. And then, you know what I'm saying? So I had sent that stuff up there a few days before. Nikki sent it. Long story short, he was like, is this all you have, sir? Is this backpack? I said, this is all I have. He said, oh, you pack light. So he said, Mr. Right. Pack light. So he knew my name because the guy at the gate radioed and told him, Mr. Stewart is pulling up right now and da-da-da-da. So when I got out of that taxi, I got your comment, Ashley, the boss. You ordering for your nieces? Was it nieces?
Her siblings.
Your siblings. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much. Just send me an inbox and let me know who I'm signing them to. What names to put in there, okay? Oh, you already told her? Thanks. Thanks, niece. So when I got out, he opened the door. I walked in, and he pointed me over to the front desk to check in.
So you just thought you was the princess.
Oh, baby, I had arrived. And not only did he walk me over to the front desk, he said, Mr. Stewart is here to check in. Oh, they usher you over, right? So I set my little backpack down. I had to get my little debit card out to go ahead and get everything moving for incidentals, just in case you do incidentals and all that nonsense. And so we checked in. I gave my little associate rate form for my $99 rate. And so as I'm talking to the guy at the front desk, the doorman who came and opened up the door, he came over, baby, with a lemon citrus wash rag. He said, sir, a nice cool rag for you. He came over with a platter, baby. It was a platter of lemon citrus wash rags. They were white. They weren't beige. They were white. And he said, and bottled water? I said, oh, don't mind if I do. You know, you got to act real grand and rich. So I took that rag. I opened her up because that was nice and warm. There was a slight dew on my forehead. So I had patted my forehead and wiped up.
Yeah, you tried it with that.
I wiped up under my eyes. I wiped around my neck. And I just sipped on that water. No, it was not all-inclusive. This place was not all-inclusive. And so then he walked me over towards the elevator. He walked me down to where the elevator, somebody else walked me towards where the elevator. He said, sir.
Throw the roses at your feet.
Baby. As we're walking down to go towards the elevator, all I see is water. The place is on the water. All I see is water. I see swimming pools. I see jacuzzis. I don't see none of us. I just see white people.
That's because we ain't got that associate's right. Carry on.
Oh! When I was done with the rag, the man came back with the platter. He said, "I'll take that for you." He took it from me. Girl, he let me pat myself down. He came back and took the rag. Girl, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. I like all that kind of foolishness. See, it encouraged me to come on here to tell y'all. Now y'all gonna want to go book at the JW Marriott.
We need them to buy some more books so we can go.
Right, girl. And it was really cool. It was so nice. I was like, I have arrived. So anyway, I got on the elevator. He walked me down towards where the elevator was. He said, when you get right down to the end, you're gonna make a left. And so you see all of these restaurants and bars in the hotel. And of course, it's all glass so you can see outside too, right? I see this infinity pool. I know you guys know what an infinity pool, but for those who may not know, it's a swimming pool and the water rolls off the side of the pool and then you just see the ocean. So it looks like the pool is connected to the ocean. So when I say, oh my God, I was like, wow. But I was so exhausted. I went upstairs because my flight was at 7:40 a.m. So that meant I had to be at the airport. And I got to the airport, I think it was like 6:20, something like that.
You were posting early.
Yeah, I had to be there early. And so I was tired. So I took me a nap. And I knew I wanted to do some excursions on Saturday, right? And so when you do those excursions, you typically have to order them or book yourself the day before because they usually start early in the morning. And they're usually all day. And so I went, took a nap, got up, and I ended up putting on my swim gear. The flight was 2-something round trip. The flight was 2-something round trip, which was not bad. To go to Mexico.
I don't know why I kept saying you went to Cabo.
I love all that attention. I really want to go to Puerto Vallarta. That's where I want to go. This was my second time to Cancun. But the last time I went to Cancun, it was like 2004. So that was like 14 years ago. So I didn't recognize anything. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, where is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't recognize any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all have been back to places before. And you're like, okay, I remember that store. I didn't recognize any of it. So I got up, put my swim stuff on. And I went downstairs to book the, I want to go to Cabo San Lucas too. I want to go there too. I went downstairs to the tourist, not the tourist, but to the, they have like a planner or whatever they call it. I can't think of it right now. Went downstairs and I saw the first black people. Girl, they were at the excursion desk, like to book an excursion. And so it was a guy and 3 girls, right? And so they were down there booking their excursion. So I was standing there waiting for them to finish so I could book mine. Excuse me. And I didn't know what kind of excursion I would be doing. I knew I wanted to zip line. But I didn't know what other stuff. I've jet skied before. I've parasailed before. The parasailing, for those who may not know, is like when you get on one of those speed boats and you sit down on like this little harness and the boat is driving. And then as you start to get momentum or speed, they start to unrail you and you start going up and you're flying up in the air, right? So Panama is another place I want to go. I want to go to Panama. I want to go to Cuba. So I've done all of those things, and so this time I knew I wanted to what did I say it was called?
Zip line.
Zip line. I knew I wanted to zip line, and so I was like, okay, let me figure this out. And so I'm sitting there waiting for the black people to finish, and they asking all these questions. I'm at this point now. I'm hungry. So I was like, okay. So they sitting there asking questions. So I went over to the guy. I said, excuse me, one moment. I said, what time do you close? He said, oh, sir, I close at 7 o'clock. At this point, it was like 5:30. I said, okay, I'll come back because they taking too long. So I left, went out onto the property, and this is my first time stepping out on the property. When I say that heat hit me in a good way, it was peaceful. The wind was blowing. The trees were moving. The ocean was rippling. And I was just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It was like there were like bars out there on the property. And I was like, okay, I'm about to get me a margarita. I got me a margarita with a shot of Grand Marnier, a Cadillac margarita.
Yes.
And then I went and sat down at the restaurant and I ordered shrimp fajitas or something like that. Ordered that. And then I went back in to book the excursion. At this point, there was nobody there, so I went in to book the excursion. So he was telling me about the different kinds of excursions that they had. And so there was this one for $135. Now, for $135, you got your transportation to the park where you were going to do the zip lining and all that stuff. But it included a continental breakfast. And what they considered a continental breakfast were some bananas and apples, okay? But they also were making juices. So they had like fresh juices. So they had like banana and apple and spinach, and some of them had kale. So they had a variety of different juices. So that was right up my alley. I had 2 of those and 2 bananas. So that was good for me. That held me over. And so what happened was, I didn't jump the story. Let me go back. So I was trying to figure out what kind of excursion I wanted. So that he had one that was $135, which included zip lining. They were like these little, it was like RVs. They weren't like the 4-wheel things, but they were Jeeps and they were like RVs, right? So that was a part of it. They had this hammock swim thing it was called. So you sit down on a hammock. You know what a hammock looks like. So you sit down on a hammock and you on a wire, you on a rope. And you swing down and you land in the water. So they had that. They had the zip lining. They had this other cave swim. And it was like you paddle. You were on like a kayak. Mm-hmm. And they gave you these little hand paddles. And you paddled yourself through. Now that was the worst shit.
Because that sounds like it. I don't want to. It
was so much. Oh my God! When I say my arms and shoulders and back were exhausted.
But that's what you've been in the gym for. You've been in the gym prepping for this very moment.
I was so exhausted. And see, it was 30 minutes long. You sitting there paddling through.
They had to send somebody for me.
They had to send somebody for some people. So what happened was, I was like, okay, he said, then there's a buffet. There's a buffet. And you can, the buffet opens at noon. And you can go as many times as you want. You can go and get on some stuff and then come back. And so I said, okay, so for $135, that's what I did. And so I ended up going and I was going to get into the jacuzzi because at this point the sun is going down now, right?
And you feeling sexy.
I'm feeling sexy. So I was going to get in the jacuzzi. Here the black people go. So the excursion was from like 9 in the morning until 5. So it was all day long. So I go to get in the jacuzzi, the black folks over there in the water, in the jacuzzi. And then the other jacuzzi had a white couple. And so I didn't want to get in there with them, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to disturb their, you know what I mean? Like, it's not cool to get into a jacuzzi when it's a couple. Right. So I was like, I don't want to disturb their groove. So I didn't get in the jacuzzi with them because it was just the 2 of them. So I went and got into the infinity pool. So I'm playing around in the water. I took some video of that, posted that on my Instagram and Facebook story too. And after a while, I was like, okay, I want to get in some warm water now, right? So I got out of the pool. I walk over to the jacuzzi. The white couple was still in the jacuzzi. So I said, let me go live with these black people. So I went over and got in the other jacuzzi with the black folks. And so I hadn't even stepped my toe in the water good. Here you go, one of the girls. How you doing? Now, mind you, they had looked at me earlier. They looked at me earlier when I was looking for the excursions. They were like, how you doing? I was like, hi.
Ooh.
I didn't really feel like talking. And so the connection to the college story is it immediately made me feel like I felt when I was in college and I was in that dormitory with that boy that I was just telling you about earlier. I didn't really want to open up to them. Like I didn't really want to talk.
But you have to look at it as that is a potential fan. That is a potential pen pal.
Well, first of all, I was wondering if they recognized me or some shit like that. I was waiting for somebody to say, "Hey, girl." I was bracing myself. So as soon as I stepped my foot in the water, here she goes, "How you doing?" I was like, "Hi." I was like, "Hi."
I hope not that dry because.
And so as soon as I said hi to her, the next girl said hi, and then the other, because it was 3 girls and a guy. Mm-hmm. So I ended up finding out that the guy and one of the girls were in a relationship, and then the other 2 girls, were there. They were just friends. So one of the girls, the girl who said something as soon as I got in the water, was like, "So where are you from?" I said, she is really trying to engage me. Girl, don't you see I'm sitting here trying to mind my business?
I need you not to be like that.
So anyway.
Had they not said, no, you know how your people do. See, don't be like that.
No, I just needed a moment. Like, she didn't even let me step my foot in the water. She was like, hi. I was like, girl, you over here with 4 people. Can you talk to them and not talk to me? So anyway, so then she said, so where are you from? I said, I'm from Maryland. And then it was like a little pregnant pause. And I said, Craig, go ahead and open up. So I said, so where are you from? And she said, oh, I'm from Atlanta. Da, 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 da. I said, oh, okay. I said, I actually live in Atlanta. She said, oh, really? At this point, they all engaged at this point. So the guy who had his girlfriend with him, he lives here too. He actually lives by me. He lives closer to Terrence, though. Mm. So he works for Delta. And then the girl who spoke to me first worked for Delta. They manage flight attendants. Mm. So they there on a companion. I mean, they on their flight benefits down there, right? And so his girlfriend, I'm sure he flew her down. And then the other girl, yeah, but I mean, it ain't.
I just bring the laptop.
Okay, yeah. And the other girl, his girlfriend and the other girl, they were teachers. But they live in Tampa. So they were chit-chatting, and so we all started talking. They were like, yeah, we, so you doing the excursion tomorrow too? Because, of course, they saw me over there trying to get the excursion. I said, yeah, I'm doing. I said, at least so early in the morning. They were like, I know, we going to, and da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that'll be cool. So we just started talking. So then they started pulling out drinks and shit. You want a shot? Yeah, come, why not, niece? At this point, I'm wide open now. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a shot. So we taking shots, and they playing their music. You know, y'all can't come to the jacuzzi or the pool without your music. So they playing the music, and so we just sitting there, we just talking and just, talking shit.
See, they think that's gonna be your flight hookup soon.
I said to the girl, is there anybody that I can purchase a companion pass from? So look, I said to her, well, it was all of us talking. It was me and them, and then it was another couple, a black couple, but they had just met that couple there. But they all thought that I was younger than them. They were like 38, and one of the guys, the guy was 40. And so, mind you, picture it now. I'm sitting there with these little tight swim trunks on. And I'm getting out of the water because I had to get something. I don't remember what I got, but I got up to get something. And remember, they saw me get in. And so somehow we started talking about food and stuff like that. I said, oh, well, I don't eat meat. And one of the girls said, well, that's why your body looks so good. Like, she just started going into this, right? And I was like, oh, thank you. And so then she was asking me how long I've not been eating meat, and I said it's been over a year. I said September made a year, and they were asking how is it, how did I, whatever. How was my body adjusting and finding different foods? So I told them about Slutty Vegan, and Tassili's, which I had a punani tonight, and just different things that I found, right? And so when I told them children that I was 42, they was like, damn, like, are you serious? Because they were like 38, 35.
So do we have some new book sales?
They said, well, what do you do? I said, I'm a writer. I didn't go into all of that. I didn't tell them all of that. Because I didn't want them trying to look me up. Not to say that people would be that pressed to look it up, but I just didn't. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to just kind of, I didn't. I just said, I'm a writer.
Those were supposed to be our newest pen pals. And that was an opportunity to expand your brand. And get some.
You know what I imagine is going to happen? They're going to see me on something or somewhere and be like, oh my God, that's the guy that was in Cancun with us. So we were talking about how we were hungry. They were talking about how they were going, shut up, Jason. They were talking about how they had been to the strip club. Baby, I went to the strip club. So they were talking about how they had gone to the strip club. And the guy who has a girlfriend, he went with them. It was male strippers. So when I tell you, girl, this story is getting better and better, okay? Hold on, niece. When I tell you, I said, well, I just want to get something else to eat tonight. And they're like, oh, yeah, we definitely going to do that. And I said, okay, so cool. So we planned that we were going to go out. So we all went to our respective rooms and changed. Come to find out, two of the girls were down the hall from me. The other black couple that was sitting in there, they were on the hall with us too. And then the guy and the girl, they were upstairs. And so they were all on the same side. So we said, okay, let's go downtown. So we took a taxi together, went downtown, and we went to this, and I took video down there. We ate down there. We ate at this restaurant. It was like really high, and you could see like all of like downtown Cancun and stuff like that. And so we ate down there, and got back home to the hotel and got up that morning. We met in the lobby that morning for the excursion. The bus came. It was like a, like a charter bus, like one of them buses. Came, picked us up, and we went to this place. We went to this excursion. And so at this point, I'm really starting to warm up to them now. You know what I'm saying? At this point, Shirley Chisholm is rolling her eyes. So at this point, I'm really warming up to them now, right? So we get our helmets. We pay for our little bands and stuff because you did have to pay $24 if you wanted pictures. So those were some of the pictures that I posted. And when I got my band, the helmet that you got for the zip lining, it had like these little things on it to activate the camera. So like whenever you walked around certain parts of this place, it would take a picture and you could take a picture. And then like when I did the zip lining, it took a picture. That zip lining is some scary shit.
I bet.
I never imagined. First of all, let me explain something to you. I didn't know that once you get up there, it's not just one line that you go. I thought you just get on one time and you slide down and say, oh, okay, bitch, I'm done. No. Once you go up there, it's like these stairs or like a spiral case or something that you go up. Once you finally get up there, you zip line down to one end. Then you got to zip again. Like it was like 7 lines. Then you get off. Like you can't just go once. Baby, when I say we were going up this spiral stair, I mean, it wasn't even stairs. It was just like a ramp that went all the way up. When I say my ass, glutes and thighs and calves were hot by the time I got up there because it was so tight.
But you've been training for this.
I had been training, but I was sore because I went to the gym the day before. It is such an adrenaline rush. It is the closest that I'm going to get to skydiving. He ain't doing that. So when I say you finally get up to that platform, you are above the trees, niece. You above the trees. Like it was the kind of height, like my heart started pounding before I even got up there. In fact, the guy that was the guy who was dating one of those girls, he said it before me because he was walking in front of me. He said, you know what, y'all? I'm having a height moment. Height. Like he's afraid of heights. He said, I'm having a height moment. And they were like, what? So we kind of like stopped before we got up there. He said, I just need a second. You know, because as you're walking up this thing, like you're looking and you're coming above the trees. And so he's like looking around and shit. And I mean, it was just nerve wracking. And so we finally got up there. The person who, you know, like when you go to Six Flags or something like that, you have the people who work the ride. Well, you had one person up there. And I'm like, bitch, if it's an emergency, you got one person up here, what they supposed to do? They stand up there with a walkie-talkie. Mind you, they hooked to the thing that you standing on. So if they have an accident, if they trip, if they fall, they're always secure. Mm-hmm. Well, bitch, when you walking up there, you not hooked on to nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? All you need is a clumsy bitch to bump into you and bitch, you fall into your death. You understand what I'm saying? Or listen. So there's a rope right here, right? And once you cross that rope, girl, you on the platform. Girl, they got this little rubber, you know, the little rubber mats that they stand on in the grocery store or Walmart. They got one of them for you to let you know that's what you're gonna stand on. But you're on a ramp, a concrete slab, at least at the one in Mexico. Then Jamal, I wasn't trying to say his name. Jamal told me that when he did his, because he just went to Costa Rica, when he did his, it was set up different from the one in Cancun. But anyway, we want a concrete slab like this, and they had one of them rubber mats on it. And he said, okay, come on, step on through here. But there's a rope, so before he opened up the thing for you to come through, they attach you to the thing, to the zip line. You know what I'm saying? To the rope that's going to be connected to that. So they attach you to that. Then they tell you to come and step around, right? So then I stepped around, and mind you, I'm all tiptoeing and shit. Mind you, I got on fucking Nike flip-flops. And you know how sometimes you trip and stuff with flip-flops? I'm like, bitch, I don't need to trip up here. And my feet are clutched like this in the sandals because I don't need no mishaps. I'm holding on to the railing, and I'm sliding all around to the side. Like, I was scared to shit. And so the guy's name was Gerald. He was like, well, let me sit down for a second. I mean, he had panic on his face. When I tell you, I said to them, I said, listen, I cannot go last. I said, because if I go last, I may go back down. I may not do this. When I tell you, one of the girls was like, oh, I'm going to do it. Baby, when I tell you all secure, like around your butt, it's down through your crotch. And when they hook you on, they hook you right here. And then they hook two things up here. And they said, okay, sit down. I said, what you mean sit down? Mind you, it's a line of people behind me at this point. Fuck y'all. Y'all give me a minute. I need a second. He says, sit down. And then they undo the brake up on the thing. Because once they undo that brake, you ready to slide. Once you lift your feet up off the ground, niche, you going. I'm sitting there, feet on the concrete like this. And he was like, sit down. And I said, okay, give me a second. He said, but you can't. He said, and then mind you, his English is kind of broken. He said, but you can't wait. You can't sit here and wait. He didn't say it this clearly, but I got what the fuck he was trying to say. He was trying to let me know.
He said, move, bitch, get out the way.
Nigga, you got to get on through here. We got people waiting. I said, hold on, I'm not ready. He said, lift your feet up. He was like, go. And baby, when I said all I could see was the edge of that. Listen, all I can say, girl, my heart is racing now just thinking about this shit. When I tell you, I let go, and I was like, ah! Look, so they got these straps that they tell you to hold on to. Because mind you, they show these little cartoon videos before you get up there when they hooking you up and stuff. They show this little cartoon video. Girl, the cartoon video, the man that hit his head because his hands were too close to this. I said, so when I'm sitting there, I'm like, where my hands supposed to go? He said, that's fine, right there, go. I said, is it right here? This is where because I don't need no motherfucking.
So you stalling?
I'm stalling because I don't need no hickey. I don't look like I done got gay Arthur, battered and bruised in Cancun. So anyway, when I tell you, he said, sit down. When I say I let go, as soon as you lift your feet off that motherfucking concrete, baby, you going. Because that cord is metal. It's a metal cord. You know what I'm saying? And when I say it, and them things, you hear that metal going across. It's like, yeah. And like you hear that shit, you hear yourself sliding. Mind you, I'm looking at the things that I'm holding on to. They said, hold on to that. I'm holding on for dear life. I'm squeezing those things so hard that my biceps were burning by the time I got to that other end. Because I was like, bitch, if this thing pop, I'm going to still be holding on. But then I thought about it. I was like, you fucking idiot. If it pops, you falling. You going down. Because like that ain't connected to the rope, dummy. You're not connected to the rope. I'm squeezing all hard on it. Child, I could have let go and just did like this. But I'm holding on. And when I tell you, once you start going, you just like, oh. So you get a little courage and you be like, you kind of like look around. You kind of like look around and you zipping across these trees. And every now and then I like look down. Baby, I said, if this thing fall right here, bitch, I'm going to hit them railroad tracks down there. Because you're going over like it's a huge, it's like a man-made, like, just imagine like it's like a man-made volcano with like different. So like the dune buggy thing that we did, we're literally going through a trail in this massive, like, it looked like rocks and boulders, but it was man-made.
Did Gerald do the zip line?
Gerald did it, and one of the girls went last. Whatever. Me and Gerald had to be one of the first to go, and so so once you got to the other end, I was like, all right. They were like, well, no, we got to go up. And each time you get to the end, you have to go up another level. So you're going higher each time. And then different ones go faster.
That was a lot of exercise.
And then there's like a sign when you get up there and it tells you how long the distance is and it tells you how quickly you're going to get to the other end. Bitch, that sign's one of them things that 35 seconds. I said, you mean the time I'm going to go from here to there in 35 seconds? Like, it tells you all of that shit when you get up there. So anyway, it was 7 lines. So, like, I did 1, then you get over there, and then you walk up another flight. And it wasn't even just flights that you're walking up or ramps that you're walking up. At some points, it was like bridges. It was like bridges. Like, you're walking on one of them little floating bridges. And, girl, that was scary. Like, I was holding on to that. I was like, because if this shit break, I need to be holding on to this. Like, if it collapsed, I need to be holding on to this bridge. I'm terrified of heights.
But you conquered a fear and you enjoyed it.
But we had to do it 7 times, and I was like, each time I kept saying, okay, so how many more we got? They were like, oh, it's 3 more. Then the last one, it ended in water. It landed in water.
That's awesome.
We did this one. It was a hammock. I already told y'all that. We did the bike thing, but I mean, it was fantastic. And then we went and did we did the lunch. There was a buffet. I had some fish and I had some shrimp and I had some veggies and salad and stuff like that. And once we left there, we went back and did some more like activities. Cause this park was amazing. And then we had to go and change out of our stuff or whatever because they gave us a locker when we got there. And then we went back to the resort. And so then we got back to the resort. We decided to meet at the pool. But these people, baby, when I say they went to the package store, they went to the liquor store. They were not buying no drinks at the property. They went to the liquor store. So they had drinks. So we had drinks all weekend because they went and bought some. And so we did that. And then we went to the jacuzzi again Saturday after a couple hours after we had been back from the park. And, baby, they took me to the strip club.
Do tell, don't stop now.
I do need to wear swim shoes the next time. I should have ordered swim shoes. That's what I should have ordered instead of them Nike flip-flops. I should have had swim shoes. When I said we got down to, I had an amazing time, Nikki. All of you, I had an amazing time. When I say I got down to that strip club, first of all, I was sleepy because they were taking too long. Because you know how women do. They were like, okay, listen, we're going to go just change real quick. We'll be done in 30 minutes. It took them an hour and a half. And by the time we had been at that park all day long, like we literally had to be downstairs at the hotel at like 7:20 in the morning. It took an hour and some change to get to the place. And, by the time you did all that activities and all that stuff, and then drove back and out, child, we fell asleep on the bus. I was tired. Like, I ain't feel like waiting for them, so I needed them to... Then we went and got in the jacuzzi, had some more drinks in the jacuzzi, and they were talking about going out that night. And I was just like, okay, listen, y'all taking too long. We did not end up going out until, like, almost midnight. It was midnight. And they had an excursion for Sunday. Of course, I wasn't going to be there Sunday because the flights for us to go back to D.C. were... what time was that flight? It was like 2:45. But I had to be there by 12:45 because we had to go through customs. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 hours. Not 2 hours, but you got to go through security and customs and stuff. So, anyway, they were going to another excursion the next morning at like 8-something in the morning. But we didn't even go out until like midnight. So we get downtown. We stopped. They wanted to eat tacos and shit. And...
Tacos and shit.
Right, so they did all of that. And then we go to this strip club. Baby, the moment I walked up them stairs to go into the strip club, this one little stripper, he was a cutie too. He was young. He was 21. I'm telling you, them little babies be clinging to me. I don't know if they got daddy issues or what, but...
Or maybe you just screamed Zaddy.
Zaddy. Hey, Zaddy. So he was Cuban. And he spoke little to no English. He really didn't speak English. He was trying to use sign language and shit to talk to me. But baby, what I did understand was that he wanted a piece of daddy. When I came up them stairs, his eyes lit up like it was me, the guy Gerald. At this point, it was just me, Gerald, and they had another female friend. She came Saturday, so by the time we came in from the excursion, she had gotten there. But she works for the airline too, so she was going to be there from Saturday to Monday with them. So it was me, Gerald, and this new girl. Wait a minute, let me go back. So before we go down to the strip club, the girl who arrived on Saturday and the girl who spoke to me as soon as I got into the hot tub, girl, they were kissing and sucking titties in the hot tub. I was like, wait a minute, niece, you part of the community? Because the girl who spoke to me when I first got in the hot tub, she was talking about how she got a 14-year-old son. She was talking about how she just went on a date with this guy. Like the night before when we went to dinner, she was talking about how she had gone to dinner with this guy who's 28 and she's 38. And she was just talking about how, you know, he was immature and da-da-da. So she was telling me. So I had no inclination that she was interested in swimming in the lady pond.
Could have been the alcohol?
No.
Oh, okay.
They've played around before. I got all of that dirt.
Oh. Okay.
She and this girl had played around before. When I say I looked over in the hot tub, the girl who arrived on Saturday, she was standing behind the one that I knew. And she was rubbing on her like this. And the girl was like doing her butt like this. So she was all on her butt. Next thing I know, the girl who arrived came around. She's almost submerged in the water. Licking on this. She got the girl's bathing suits pulled over. Licking on her titties. And then she said to me, do you see me licking on such and such titties? I said, yeah, I saw you. She was also talking about having a son. And she was talking about how she liked dick and how she liked to get fucked. She was talking about all this. And I'm like, well, why are you licking on this girl's breast? I'm like, I didn't ask all this. I didn't ask if she was bisexual. I didn't ask any of that.
Clearly they bisexual.
Right. And then, so at this point, she's steadily drinking because we doing shots in the hot tub now. And I'm like, and so they were all like, oh, Craig, I know you wonder like what you done got yourself into. So I'm wondering now, is Gerald gay? Oh, I didn't mean to say his name.
You done said it 11 times already.
But I didn't know I was going to tell this part of the story. Sorry, niece. So anyway, they messing around. I didn't say where they were. Anyway, don't share this video. Girl, you talking about I didn't tell them who I am. Girl, they might mess around and come across this video. But, so they were messing around and stuff in the water. So then the girl who arrived that day, she gets out of the water. The girl who I, quote unquote, knew had got out of the water. And she says to me, Craig, you want to see me eat her pussy? Because she's standing there digging in her coochie. She was standing on the side digging in her bathing suit playing. I said, are you playing in her coochie?
How do you say it like
She
that?
says, yes, you want to see me eat it? And so she went to get down. They stand on the side of the pool. She gets down, and then the girl was like, stop. We're not doing that out here. But the girl who was getting her coochie played in said she wanted to eat Gerald. I didn't already said it now. She wanted to eat Gerald's girlfriend's pussy. Gerald's girlfriend is biracial. Her mother's white. Her dad is black. She was a pretty girl. She said, I'm trying to eat her pussy. And I said to her, here I go instigating, playing Barbara Walters. I said, so did you know she wanted to eat your pussy? She said, yeah, I knew. Because I'm feeling my little shots now that they gave me a few shots. I said, did you know she wanted to eat your pussy? She said, yeah, I've known. She wouldn't even really look up at me because I think she was bashful. And I said, well, when did you find out? She said, I've known for some time now. So, like, she's been trying to get this girl's coochie for a while. Because they know each other. Like, they come here and visit. Like, Gerald and the other girl live here. But his girlfriend...
Boy, Trix and Ronnie was going to take that puss.
Baby, like Players Club. And so, they talking about how she want to eat her pussy. So then Gerald says, well, I'm going to say this. Anybody who want to eat my lady pussy, you going to suck my dick, too. I'm like, so wait a minute. Y'all into all of that kind of foolishness? Like,
They're just swingers.
I don't know. But anyway, so then we go down to the strip club, right? So I'm dressed. I got a little cut-off shirt, child, and some shorts. We go up these stairs. They paid for me to get in. Because I ain't have no... I had American money. I didn't have no pesos. And I could have paid them in American money, but they want to give you change in pesos. I'm like, I don't want that shit. So, because it's worth less than $1. So I was like, I don't want that. So I get upstairs, the little stripper, the 21-year-old from Cuba, He's standing right there next to security. As soon as I come up, he sees Gerald first, because I think Gerald went up first. He sees Gerald. He looks over at me. When I say he looked at me and he lit up like a Christmas tree, like he knew me. Like, it was almost like he wanted to say hi. He just lit up. He followed me into the bar. He sat on me the entire night. No, Jamal was not there.
Hey, girl, hey.
No, Jamal was not there. When I tell you that boy straddled me the entire time, he did not leave my side, niece.
Did you tip him?
Yeah.
Tip drill, you slide that credit card right there.
Yeah, I tipped him. And he kept leaning in trying to kiss me. I said, wait a minute, what you doing? He said, and like I said, his English was very broken. He was from Cuba. He was like, your teeth, they're beautiful. Beautiful. He just kept saying it.
That baby was trying to get a green card. Yes.
Something.
I'm here for it.
And when I say to you, he kept leaning in, he kept trying to sneak a kiss, like he would try to like speak in his little broken English. He was speaking mostly in Spanish. But I'm like, I don't speak Spanish. I was like, I don't speak Spanish. I speak French. I don't speak Spanish. And so he kept, every time I'm thinking we having a conversation, and you know it's loud in the strip club, so I'm leaning in trying to hear what he's saying, right? Right, I don't know where your mouth has been. And I said to him, I said, who else you in here kissing? And he said, mm-mm. And he was trying to say to me, only one other guy he had kissed. And I don't know if it was that night or if it was another night. I don't know when it was. But I was like, And he was like, because I wouldn't kiss him. So at this point, Gerald and all of them, they looking at me, this boy straddling me, my hand on his behind. Gerald and all of them looking at me. And the girl who was eating the other girl's coochie, she's sitting there. So it's only me, Gerald, and the girl who was trying to eat the girl's coochie, right? Mm-hmm. Mind you, the reason that it took an hour and a half to come down is because the girl who was staying in the room originally before the new girl flew in, she told me, she said, yeah, they were in the shower together messing around. She said, that's why it took us so long.
Yeah, I kind of put
I was like, I'm wondering why it took y'all so long. So we sitting there, we talking, while we ordering drinks. Ordered the stripper 2 drinks. And so we sitting there, just talking or whatever. Baby, when I say that boy kissed my mouth. Niece. Before I knew it, he had slipped his tongue in my mouth, girl. All I can tell you is...
Did you push him off your lap?
Niece. Girl, I was mid-sentence, girl. Girl, I was mid-sentence. And when I say, I was like... All I can tell you is I'm just grateful that the boy's breath didn't stink and he didn't have gingivitis and he had nice teeth and his gums were not inflamed. Because I would have just died. Can you imagine if you did like that and it was... Can you imagine if you did... Can you imagine if you did like that and it was hot? I was like, I said, why would you do that? I said, what are you doing? Like, I'm snatching back.
You were supposed to say no bueno.
No
bueno.
Girl, and so I said, and I was like, how old are you? I was like, how old are you? And he said, girl, you act like I leaned in for the kiss. I just said he kissed me. Like, what was I supposed to do? He had kissed me by then. It wasn't nothing I could do. And so I'm wiping my mouth now. So I said, how old are you? He said, I'm 21. And he said, how old are you? Well, he didn't really say how old are you. He was like, you? You know, they speaking that broken sign language shit. And I was like, how old do you think I am? Girl, do you want to know how old he thought I was?
How old? 25.
He thought I was 29. Then he said 32. And then he said, I said, I'm 42. And he was like, and he was looking at me, because I had on this little cutoff, right?
You was out here just like a little
like a whore. I was in Cancun. He was like, oh my God. And he kept doing like this and like doing my arms. And he started telling people how old I was. And they were like, oh, you need to be a stripper. Look at your body. Right. old enough to be his daddy. So anyway, so that was that. So he did not want me to leave. I was like, I got to go. And so I'm trying to settle the check, because the drinks, I had ordered a drink. I ordered him 2 drinks. And so the guy who comes around and takes the bill, he going to try to give himself a $10 tip. I said, what is this right here? He said, oh, that's for me. I said, you don't tell me what I'm giving you. I said, what is my total? So he took the $10 off and I paid it, right? And so then the guy gonna say, no tip for me? Not the stripper, the other guy who brought the bill. He was like, no tip for me? I said, no, I'm not giving you anything. I said, because you don't take money from me. You don't try to tell me what I'm gonna give you. You don't write in no tip for me. And he said, oh, okay, I understand. I'm sorry. So still no tip? I said, no tip. Good night. And I left. I was dressed like a stank hole. You remember that line? Stank hole. Jennifer Lewis in my movie. What was that, The Best Man? No, that wasn't The Best Man. That was The Brothers. And so anyway, at this point it was late. I think when we met up with the other girls, because they went to Fat Tuesdays. By the time we went downstairs to meet up with them, Gerald and his girlfriend and got into it. He didn't yanked her up by her arm and was yelling at her. She tearing up. I'm like, oh girl, this is too much.
She got pussy ate. Wow.
Right. I'm like, let me get back to my hotel. Let me get back to my bungalow because I don't need no problems. Gay author arrested in domestic dispute in downtown Cancun.
With not on his head.
Right. So I went on and we got back to the hotel. We ended up taking a bus back. They're like, let's just take the bus. It's $1. I'm like, why can't we just take a taxi? Child, we get on this bus. Child, it's like a party bus. Child, y'all, you know how white women are. They drunk. Child, they got these long balloons. Child, this woman hit me in my head with the balloon. I grabbed the balloon. She said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, girl, I'm not in the mood. It's 3 a.m. This little boy done kissed me in my mouth. Shit. I'm ready to go home. Gerald and his girlfriend, they out here fighting and carrying on like we on some damn reality show. And so anyway, they got this music blaring on the bus. Child, people standing up, they falling all over on you because they half drunk. People missing their bus stops, they yelling. So when we got to our hotel, we had to walk up the hill, because the bus lets you down at the bottom of the hill. I didn't want to get on the bus. So anyway, we got to the room, and I said my goodnights to them. I have not seen them since. I haven't talked to them since that night. I'm good. I had a wonderful time, guys. If you see this video, I had a wonderful time. But it was a bit much for me. Child, I thought they were all friends. Child, they eating each other coochie, sucking on each other titties and shit. They talking about swinging and carrying on.
You said ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
And they talk about the gays are sexual. It ain't just us.
So is this going to be in book 4?
Girl, no. And so I went into the hotel. And I was ready to go to sleep. Shit, I got in, and then the next morning got up, and I went down to one of the restaurants. I ordered me some food. I ate, and then we headed to the airport, and and then I flew straight to DC.
And no hot water.
And that was it.
Well, LaShayla, they not curious no more, honey. They done did that. They
done
been there, done that. They just bi.
But it made me wonder, like, I don't know if she's bi, and I don't know if she's forthcoming about it. I mean, she may not be a lesbian. I would say, if anything, she's bi, because she was definitely talking about meeting a man and dating and da-da-da-da. And, she was married for, like, 20 years. So she obviously got married when she was, like, 18. Yeah. And, she said they've been separated now for a couple years. And I was like, well, I guess I should probably go and get a divorce, niece. And so they've been separated for a couple years. And she just said that, but I was just wondering, like, when you go out on dates with guys, do you tell them that you eat pussy?
Because, that's damn near like almost every guy fantasy is to have a threesome. That'd be the first thing. You can't bring us. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I had a really good time. I had a really good time. It was a short trip, but got a lot done in that trip. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Shirley Chisholm. Come on, Shirley. Shirley Chisholm. Come on, Shirley. But yeah, but it was a quick trip. But you know, I was thinking I really want to take another quick trip. I mean, I don't know when, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta move some of these books. Did somebody say they needed to order a book or two or three? Okay, so one book is $20, $236, $354. Did you guys listen to the podcast on Monday? That was the one with Octavius. He listened to it today and he texted me and was like, Craig, that was a really good podcast. And he uploaded it on his Insta story and, you know, told his followers about it. And I had an amazing time with him. I had an amazing time with him this past weekend. I had an amazing time with him. And then, thank you, Jason. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But yeah, I thought it was a really good podcast. I think I'm gonna, I think I may put out the one with Slutty Vegan, but I have a few other ones that I really need to put out that I've been holding for a while. So I may put out Slutty Vegan first. I don't know. I'm gonna start editing tomorrow or Thursday for Monday, and then next Monday I'll be in Houston for the Queen Supreme Court because we're doing Houston, Texas. So I'll be gone again. Jason. But yeah, but I had come on him. We had really good quality time. He and I. And you know, it's just really interesting. It really is interesting. We're gonna be in Houston on November 26th for the Queen's Supreme Court. Thank you, Patrice. I miss you guys too. Like I wanted to talk like on Friday. And see, that's the other thing. I didn't have service in Mexico unless I was at the hotel. I could get on the Wi-Fi. But yeah, so it was just nice to kind of just have a moment to kind of catch my breath and, you know. So yeah. I miss you guys too. I did talk to Dr. Young over text over the weekend. Thank you, Amy Love. But yeah, so I had a good weekend, and it's good to be back, though. Come on, Shirley. Come on, Shirley. Come on, Shirley Chisholm. Hey, Shirley Chisholm.
Finish your story.
Let your hair down, honey. Yeah, but it was really, really nice. I had a good time. And so, I really want to do another quick trip. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like it needs to be like a Thursday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Because that first day, that's like the travel day. And you really just kind of... For me, I usually just want to stay on the property, take a quick nap, get in the pool, you know.
On a cruise.
I like cruises too. But you know, I don't want to go on a cruise if I can't have a suite. And them suites be expensive. The best part of a cruise to me is the size of the room. And of course the stuff on the boat, you know, the activities. But I can't stand them little tiny rooms. Thank you, Angela Twyman. I started watching the Red Table Talk from last night. I didn't finish it. I was watching it when I came on tonight. So I'm going to finish that when I get off of here. All this skinning and grinning and carrying on. But you know, I got to contain that, Dr. Young. And so I'm going to catch up on that. It was a good conversation about race and white women and black women. So it was a good conversation. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. I'm going to finish watching it and we can maybe talk about that tomorrow. I got to catch up on my TV that I didn't, because I didn't watch any TV.
As you should.
No, I haven't seen television since Thursday. So I want to catch up on some of my shows. And, Turks and Caicos. Hey, Tanya Dyzik. But yeah, so it was really good. But I did check in every now and then on your messages, like the messages that you guys were sending. I did look at some of those. And, but yeah. So anyway, so listen, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. How long we been on here? Hour and a half. Brush your teeth, brush your tongue. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue. Because if somebody mistakenly kiss you, not mistakenly, but if somebody kiss you, hey Odessa. Be grateful for something. Be grateful for something. Look at Kiss Myra talking about I've only been on here for 20 minutes. Be grateful for something. Just take a moment to reflect on your life. Pay closer attention to your life. And thank you for being here. Thank you for... DT was like, look at Tracy. DT was like, you going on your little trip this weekend with your little boo, with your little child. He had plenty to say.
As always.
I met Nikki through Terrence. That's how I met Nikki, through Terrence.
When don't he have a lot to say?
Right. He was like, I really feel in my spirit that you're going to be in a relationship soon. He said that to me last week.
Really?
He said, I've really had a strong feeling about it. He said, like, I think you're about to be in something official.
We done already claimed it, dude. So it's already there.
Yes, be thankful for the little things. You know what I'm saying? Just be grateful. Camellia, I didn't see you, but listen. What did Camellia say?
She going to Turks and Caicos Thursday.
Oh. H-Town Henny, I'm so glad you're enjoying the books. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Your first name, Terry, is Terrence? I didn't know that. H-Town Henny, I'm so glad you're enjoying the book. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So listen, if you guys need to purchase books, you know how to do it. It's pinned down here and it's in the caption. One book is $20, $236, $354. Those of you that place an order for Words Never Spoken just before my trip, we'll be shipping those out this week. I should have them tomorrow or Thursday. I got the email confirmation. I think it was yesterday or something. So I should have those books in the next day or two, okay? I'm thankful for you too, Tiffany Smith Bell, and Avriel DuVernay, and Coco, and Cynthia, Tasha Young, Tanya Dysik, Grandmother Jones, Terry Williams. Hey, Terry Williams. Hope. Onika. I posted can you grab that book for me? I posted Sean's book. Tonette also sent me Sean's book. You know, Candy and Sean. Sean wrote a book called Voyeurism. It says a collection of short erotica stories. Now, I haven't read it yet. It came today, right? So I had told Sean that I was going to support her book and to send me the Cash App information so that I could order her book. But Tonette ordered it. So I'm sure Tonette sent her a message and told her not to send me the Cash App information because she was going to get it for me. But I posted this on my Facebook story. I posted it, I think, in the So Much to Say podcast pen pal group. But I also pasted it on my main page with all of the people. And then I put it on my Insta story too. But anyway, so that's Sean's book, Candy and Sean. So thank you so much for this, Tonette.
Someone asked the question, is Atlanta still on the docket for the Queen Supreme Court?
Atlanta.
And for December.
Is the live show? Mm-hmm. Yeah, December 24th. We're doing a live show in Atlanta. Yes, we'll be in Houston on not this Monday, next Monday, the 26th for the Queen Supreme Court. Those tickets are already on sale. And when I say them DC tickets, baby.
Now you need Houston to show out.
We need Houston to show out because right now DC is the biggest. Baltimore was the biggest show, but DC was the biggest show. It's the biggest show now. It was off the chain. All right, so listen, you guys have an amazing night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.